Here we are going through Isis Lock, heading onto the upper Thames, making our way to Lechlade, which by all accounts is a very nice place. So, looking forward to it. Here comes the Loch Lass.
We're riverbound. Look at these idiots jumping off the bridge. Or is it? Oh no! It does look like great fun though.
Yeah, they don't do it when we're passing it.
Yeah, squash my tomatoes.
That's lovely, isn't it?
Beautiful. So we're now on the Thames, heading to Lechlade. You can tell I'm not very good at the directions. How different is that scenery? Never got flocks of birds like this on the canals, and wide open spaces. Steeple in the background is where we were just moored. It's taken us about 20 minutes to get here. It's gorgeous. Oh, and look at this, we've got horses and cows in the river, in the water. What did you say? It's just like the Virginian.
How you doing? We're on the Thames, as you know.
Do they know that?
Yeah, because they know it. We've been telling them. We're at Newbridge, which is, I don't know how many miles west of Oxford we are now, but
about 10, 12 miles.
we're taking it easy, yeah, 10, 12 miles. Newbridge, beautiful 13th century bridge we went under. I'll show you some video of it.
One thing I noticed on the river, the scenery has been so different to the canals anyway. Started off really, really wide. It's now got narrower, the river, but we've got cows coming down to see us in the morning and having a drink. We thought it was canoeists going past the window, and it was a herd of cows coming down for a drink.
Slurping and sloshing in the water.
But also, everybody seems to have a tendency to want to go so fast. And we're doing our normal poodling along.
Our canal speed.
Everybody is whizzing past us, but in the locks it says, you know, do not make a wake
Yeah.
Isn't it? And, you know, maximum speed of 8 kilometres an hour.
Which is
There's
about 5 miles an hour.
no way that anybody's doing that apart from us.
We're probably still doing 3 because we're going upstream anyway, so...
Yeah.
Poor old Constanza's battling against the downstream flow. So, yeah.
Ho-hum.
We're
We're
loving
enjoying
it.
our
It's
slow
such
pace.
a different vibe, different feel. It's, you know, it's a river rather than a canal, obviously. And, yeah, loving it.
And one thing... Oh, sorry. Go on.
No, you go on.
No, go on. You go on.
I was erring before I was going to say it.
Okay, well, I was just going to say that the rivers, for those that are not in the country and our followers from far-flung fields, the water levels are really, really low because we're in a bit of a drought situation here. We noticed it on the canal, and you'll see on some of the videos there was problems, people were getting stuck and grounded. We tried to pull one lady off of her landing her moorings because she just got stuck completely on it, but we couldn't do it. And here we've got doors partly closed at the back of the boat because for the first time ever we can't let the dogs off the boat. The river is so low that the bank is almost up level with the roof, so it's a scramble up the bank.
Yeah, they just can't let the dogs out, they'll just have an accident, so we have to keep them in, put them on the lead, and then climb up the bank ourselves to let them out. So it's going to be interesting, isn't it? Especially after one of these. Cheers.
But we've still got no rain forecast, so that is only going to get worse, but that's it. That's okay, isn't it? What else has happened?
We stopped off at a boatyard on the South Oxford, just outside Oxford Canal, because we've got issues with our electrics in the engine room where the batteries are housed. And we thought it was a right mess, but he came on board and he said, well, I've seen worse, which was comforting. There are a few leads loose. One was for the lamp at the front wasn't working, wasn't it? And apparently our solar panels weren't working because the negative connection wasn't connected. It was dangling loose. How these have become loose, who knows? But it made us think about our energy use. If we're getting by without the solar panels working and we're getting by with just the 1 or 2 hours cruising a day, charging the batteries up, we thought, well, what are other people doing? Because we're moored next to people who are running their engines for hours on end. So God knows what they've got inside. Microwaves, televisions, etc., I suppose. So they're living their normal lives on board.
And hot water, I guess.
Yeah,
for those
I suppose
people that
so.
shower.
For those people
twice.
that shower.
What we do.
Like what
We've got the strip wash down to a fine art.
But we don't care having a lukewarm shower, do we? It's fine, you know.
We've got so little. We use so little electricity anyway. Every time we upload stuff and we have to charge the camera up or use the laptop, we unroll a extension lead from our 1 3-pin socket, which is in the engine room.
On the inverter.
And that's fine. We've actually made a decision as well. Shock, horror, don't all go, oh, but we're not going to have a fridge. We have managed through this heat wave without a fridge, and it just takes a little bit of careful thought. I'm reading some recent Facebook posts where there's a bit of a discussion about who needs fridges and who doesn't. Because we're vegetarians, we're not storing meat, so we're just shopping for 2 or 3 days at a time with fresh vegetables, and we're going to have no fridge.
Well, we've been umming and ahhing about it, because a 12-volt fridge is something like £400 upwards. And a normal 240-volt fridge, you can buy one brand new for less than 100 quid. And we've been umming and ahhing, shall we have a 240-volt, which is going to impact on our batteries more? Or should we go for a 12-volt one? So we decided, well, we've gone through this heat wave without. We don't eat meat, we don't drink milk, we make oat milk at the moment for our cereals in the mornings, so we've not bought milk for a while. And vegetables and the fruit that we buy and eat, we just buy as and when we need it, you know, every day, every other day. We're getting through, so it's not a challenge. It's refreshing, isn't it?
The space is more important to us, to be honest, rather than having a fridge that's going to take up too much room. So that's where we are. That's what we're going to try, and we'll see how we go. We've got time to plan meals and think about our shopping. We're not racing around. We're not lucky enough that we're not got to go to work and come home and have a meal ready for us. We can do that. So that's that next thing taken care of, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to save us some money anyway.
Yep. Yep.
Well, here we are, day 3 on the Thames. And a nice shiny roof, courtesy of Fran, all nice and tidy, looking good. Got to put my sunglasses on there because it's a bit glary. And I've removed the solar panels from those very high brackets. It's just temporary at the moment, they're just resting on that mushroom until I've got some decent brackets for them to sit one in front of the other in the middle of the roof. I think it'll be better. So yeah, a beautiful day. Oh, look at that. Look at that wide beam. That's superb, isn't it? If you've got to have a wide beam, I don't like them just wide narrow boats. If you have a wide beam, have a boat that looks like a boat. You know, a wide narrow boat, don't, if you know what I mean. A wide beam, narrow boat shaped wide beam don't look right. That looks superb.
Is that like your straight bend that we went through once?
Yeah. The very same. So I'm using my old camera with the broken view screen because I've got a fluffy microphone for it because the wind today is very high. This camera here is what I've been using, the Sony A6000. It's a great little camera and I prefer the colour reproduction from that than this one. But it doesn't have a fully articulating LED screen or LCD screen or whatever it is, and the microphones that are available for it all point forwards. They're not multi-directional, and if I put the microphone on it with its fluffy case, you can hardly hear what I'm saying. So that's nice, some of you would be saying, I know, because I just keep waffling on. But gorgeous day. Oh, that narrowboat's moored up, I think. That was somebody. Yeah, you're cranking it now, aren't you? Somebody was behind us. We thought they were going to overtake, but they're clearly not. So we're at the Anglo-Welsh boatyard, just outside Aynsham. And tonight, well, we've got 6 miles to do today, a couple of locks or so, and we're going to moor up. Where are we going tonight? What's the name of the little village?
New
No.
something or other?
No. Excuse me, listeners, viewers, while I get my act together. So we're heading for Newbridge.
Yay!
Were you right?
No, I said Newtown.
Newbridge there. There's a couple of pubs and we might avail ourselves of a beer or two. So, catch you later. I've had physiotherapy on my knee because told you about it in the last episode. I've been really bad.
Is it really bad?
It turns out that I probably have torn my meniscus, which a lot of viewers have already said that's what I've probably done. And so I spent an hour with the physiotherapist and she went through it in really deep detail and spent at least half an hour just massaging the area gently, massaging my muscles in my thighs because everything had just tightened up because I've been limping and not walking properly. So I walked out of there pain-free, didn't I? It was fantastic, but obviously the pain came back. So I've been, instructed how to manage the pain, how to walk, what not to do, not to walk on uneven surfaces. Well, I said to them, well, you've never walked on a canal bank then, have you? But I've just got to be really conscious about what I do and how I do it.
What you've forgotten to say is that last Sunday morning, we actually had to go to A&E because you'd been in so much pain all night.
That's emergency department for our non-English friends.
Our family GP, is 100 and whatever miles away now. So we went to A&E, and they could not help us at all. She agreed that you needed physio or a scan, but she can't refer us, only our GP refer us and could refer us, and the only advice was to go all the way back to Herefordshire, see our GP and get referred to somewhere there. Even when we told her we can't go and stay in the house because it's let, we can't actually, you know, be in there. There seems to be nothing that the NHS can do for people that live on their boats. So I'm sure we'll get bombarded with information, but we have still kept our GP because we do still own that house in Herefordshire. But regarding getting treatment, there was nothing that they could do for us. So any other thoughts and, you know, ideas on this, I'd be interested to know. It's obviously a little bit of a bone of contention.
They didn't even give me a painkiller, did they? Just to set me on my way.
So we paid for the physiotherapist, but we were lucky that we could afford to do that. We can't keep doing that, and obviously there are some people that simply can't do that. And I don't know what we would have done. I think we would have just sat in A&E until they could have done something for you, but very difficult.
But having the physiotherapy, knowing what the problem is, how to live with it, how to basically walk and move with it, has helped greatly. And the pain, I've been sleeping at night, haven't I, which I've not been doing really well. So
unfortunately, I think on the last vlog we might have showed you we've done about 1.5 meters of tongue and grooving. Rich has now been told absolutely no kneeling. So we've also bought a big stack of laminate flooring here, which is taking up a big area of the boat and making us list a little. So it looks like I might be down on my knees for a few days.
I'll open the boxes and pass the stuff to you. A little bit of a learning curve to do on tongue and groove and floor laying. Yeah, because we only got about another foot further than the video showed, and we've got nothing further, and that's been what, 10 days since.
So we'll get there.
Yeah, it's fine.
So
well, that's about it. No, there's nothing else, is there? We're going to go back to the boatyard probably and have the battery bank moved because it's right at the back of the engine and I can't get to it. Fortunately, 2 of the leisure batteries, there's 4 batteries, 3 leisure batteries which supply power to the boat and 1 starter battery. 2 of the leisure batteries are sealed, so I don't have to top them up with water, and the 1 isn't, and that's probably dead anyway now because it's
not been topped up.
It's not been topped up for God knows how long, and I'm not likely to get it topped up. So we're going to have them moved, a new tray welded. So we just lift up the boards at the back and we can get access to it. And the wiring in there's a mess. It's got to be sorted out, tied up, cleaned up. But everything works now, doesn't it? The lights and the solar panels are working a treat. So.
We had thought it might be costing us a lot of money to get an electrician on board and just go through all the wiring for us, because the man from the RCR rescue service sort of looked at our wiring and went, oh, you've got to start again. But the boatyard electrician said, actually no, it's it's okay. We are finding it. That's one thing on the boat. It's quite difficult to get information on repairing and doing stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, it's probably just as well, isn't it?
I'll stick to the tone and groove, shall I?
Me messing about with electrics.
Whoa, yes, yeah. Anyway.
And there's another thing is that a lot of you watch Minimalist, Joe and Mike. Yeah, Mike. They've done a video recently about the poor recycling facilities along the canal, and we've been going on about this, haven't we, since we got on board. So yeah, we will be doing a little bit about that. They've asked us to, bring it to a fore a bit more, so the Canal and River Trust could do something better than what they are at the moment. So currently a lot of recycling materials are just getting thrown in with the normal waste and getting into landfill. So yeah, so we'll do a bit of research and see what we can say about that in the future.
Yeah.
So we've stopped for the night. It's nice and peaceful, nice and quiet. So we've got a nice glass of wine. You've got a beer on the go.
And I know I already said one last thing.
Oh, you
but
did?
One last thing.
I'm winding up now.
We're for 2 weeks car free now.
Oh,
We
yeah,
left
yeah.
our car behind in Oxford because we are on our way down to Lechlade, and then we will be back. So we've got a 2-week river licence, and then we'll be back at Oxford for your next lot of physiotherapy. So we've left the car at a boatyard.
College
And
narrowboat.
oh well, it's just wonderful, isn't it? Not having to think about getting the car. Where's the car? How do we get the car? So that is it. When we get back, I know we keep saying it, but that's going to be gone, isn't it? It's lovely. I absolutely love not having the car. That's it. I'm done.
Oh, yeah.
I won't say any more.
So yes, thanks for watching again. Keep subscribing, thumbs up and sharing, and thanks for all the messages. Oh, tell you what we haven't done. Hello to Peter.
Oh yes, hello Peter. Met
in
you
Switzerland.
Had a week, so we met him in
Cropredy.
And he was on a 2-week holiday on his narrowboat, looking to move back from Switzerland later in the year to live on one. Had quite a nice chat with him, so good luck, Peter.
He's a funny guy. All the best, mate, if you're watching.
And we'll see you soon.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.